aftermath, Marguerite had always said she wanted to write a book about her journey, and her journey has been really, really tough. One of the things I've loved about her ever since I've known her is, there are many things, but all that she's been through ever since her childhood, when she was an adopted child, all the times that we've conversed and been in touch with each other, she's never played the victim, ever. And so many people I've seen in my life that have gone through traumatic times have always played the victim and wanted to feel sorry for them. Marguerite's never done that, and I think that makes her a very, very courageous person. In fact, contrary to that, she's always given back. Even when she was in desperate times herself, she always gives to others, including myself. And that makes her an incredibly amazing lady. And if you look at the book, and I'm really encouraging you all to buy it this evening, when I read it the first time, the draft, I was actually in tears. It brought me to tears. Yes, because I know her journey, I could relate to it, but it really did move me very much indeed. And I think it would move you as well, and I think you would all relate to it in some way. We've all had tough journeys in our lives, and maybe not as tough as Marguerite's, but I think you would find the book cathartic and therapeutic, because as Jeremy said, not only is it a book, it's a journal. It encourages you to heal yourself through storytelling and telling your own stories. And it really is a magnificent first work. It's one of many that she's going to publish in the future. I've told her she's going to be famous very, very soon, and I want the autograph if she is. So the fascinating thing for me about this book was the presence of Nurse Alice in the book. And Nurse Alice is Marguerite's way of expressing her own feelings. And Nurse Alice was a nurse in, this is Nurse Alice by the way, Nurse Alice was a nurse in World War II and went through all the trauma of nursing soldiers when they were dying. And she couldn't do enough for them, she couldn't fix them all. And that made her whole journey very traumatic as well. And Marguerite's drawn parallels between that and her own life, where she couldn't fix everything herself until she really tried a more positive approach. So I don't want to give too much away, otherwise I'll be giving the whole book away. But basically, the whole book is really about Marguerite's journey, every single step of it. And I know most of it because I get to know her very, very well personally. And the way she's conquered the trauma, the sadness, the tragedy in her life, with staying strong and being uplifting, self-uplifting, the self-image that we all need. And I think we can all heal ourselves. And for me, what Marguerite's book does, it encourages us all to heal ourselves. And there were times in that book, as I read it, through the tears, I must admit, when I recognised a few things myself. I'd made a difference to myself, I'd healed myself. So we've all been through that trauma, so I really would encourage you to buy this book. It's absolutely beautiful. Her writing style is stunning. Some of the way in which she writes is incredible, and I've got every admiration for her. She's an amazing lady. If she ever starts a fan club, I want to be the chairman. She knows that, so all of you one step backwards. So I don't want to say too much more. I want to let the evening get on, but I want you all to enjoy the evening. But please do consider buying the book. You will not put it down. I started reading it at 11 o'clock at night, and I went to bed at 4 in the morning, and I was extremely emotional after I did that. And when you do read the book, and you read through it, just towards the end, all I would say is look out for the little boy with the starfish, and you'll see what I mean. So Marguerite, many, many congratulations. Fantastic, so pleased for you. Bottom of my heart, lots and lots of love. Every success with this book. And for everyone else, enjoy the evening. And please buy the book, hey? Thanks.
Into the section where Marguerite's going to be reading us an extract of the book. You're going to get to know Nurse Alice. Now, I want to give you some behind the scenes. It's a very powerful book, and it speaks to our emotions, it speaks to our psyche, it speaks to who we are, as people, as authentic people. And John mentions that it is a cathartic experience. And this is what it's about. So I'm going to challenge you to take a moment just to kind of be silent within yourself and start a journey. Start a journey somewhere. And many times life is busy. Sometimes we just need to be silent, and in that moment, recognize ourselves as human beings, acknowledge our pain, because what pain is, what trauma is, it's pain. And the body keeps score. The body keeps score. So as we get older in life, and we don't resolve unresolved traumas, it does take us back. enough. So be encouraged. This is a book that's going to encourage you. We had a lot of fun behind the scenes doing the recordings over the past few days. I think we're going to be releasing a little video of that. There are no F-bombs in the video. No F-bombs. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Margriet and to Nurse Alice, who will be sharing extracts from the book.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hello? So I'll do the thank yous a bit later. We're going to read now, and I decided to start this reading with my dedication in front, and I dedicate this book to you, the reader, and I also want to say my guests here today, the warrior, the healer, the writer of your own story. May each page inspire and remind you of your brilliance, resilience and grit. Never underestimate that every chapter of your life is a gift to create the beautiful mosaic of your journey. Yes, even those chapters where you feel lost. May these pages guide you home to yourself, with love, self-acceptance and healing as your compass. And then the word aftermath is the noun. I'm a bookworm, and a word nerd. It's the consequences or after effects of a significant or unpleasant event which we all relate to. So this book, just to give you an idea how it practically works, is basically section 1 is diary entries from Nurse Alice Foster, and it's basically for you to immerse yourself within her emotions and her experience. And I must say the feedback from the people who have read it so far was incredible. You know, I'm so glad I've created her, because it does make it easier if it's not you the whole time, because sometimes pain is so intense. And to follow her journey within the 5 chapters. And then basically the second section in each chapter is some of my own thoughts. And then the last one, the most important one, is for you, the reader, to pick up your pen with prompts that I've created. So I want to also translate this in Afrikaans a bit later, and also create a children's book very soon about this, because I do believe so much in journaling. But before I talk too much, this incredible person next to me, she is from the best primary school in the world, Hendrik Louw. Hendrik Louw. But Nicola is just one of the most incredible people and talents, and just pure talent. And I couldn't ask for a better person with the most kind heart to basically embody Nurse Alice. So she's going to read a part from the first chapter. So there you go, Nurse Alice.
Hello, everyone. Chapter 1, This is War. 15 September 1941. Dear Diary, today words fail me. The weight of sorrow and anguish presses down on my heart as I reflect on the harrowing events that have unfolded. Each soldier and victim brought into our care carries with them the unbearable burden of war's brutality. The sounds of bombing and the echoes of screams have etched themselves into the very fabric of my being. Even in the quiet corners of my mind, they persist as haunting reminders of the horrors of conflict. Sleep eludes me, for in the darkness, the faces of those in pain before my eyes, their wounds, a stark testament to the cruelties of war. Food has lost its taste, and each passing day, like another opportunity for death to come knocking at my door. The field hospital is just beyond what I could have ever thought when I signed up for duty. The tent I currently call home and share with so many others gives very little privacy or protection. Day in and day out, we count not only the bodies of the victims, but of our very own, as we are on the front line. Just yesterday, Nurse Grace Manning passed away due to her body not being able to cope with the strain. They say she passed away in her sleep, but I'm not so sure. It is so strange to see someone every day and then suddenly not. Yet amidst the chaos and suffering, therein lies a pain that remains unseen. The ache within my own heart. It is a silent anguish, concealed beneath a facade of composure, yet ever present in the depths of my being. I cannot see the light, dear diary. I cannot fathom how I will emerge from this alive. My tears fall unnoticed. I weep when no one is watching. I feel adrift, alone, and consumed by fear. It seems as though there is no future awaiting me. Only the struggle to breathe amidst my own suffocating anxiety. With a heavy heart and trembling hand, Nurse Alice Foster.
Thank you so much, Nicola. And that speaks to the heart of the book, and it speaks to the heart of the author, that when the odds are against us, we always, and I always come back to this, that this book takes you on a journey of pain, it takes you on a journey of humiliation, but ultimately it takes you on a journey of hope and resilience and bouncing back, and I'm using that word intentionally tonight. It is a bit colloquial, but it just means so much, because the intent of that particular word is to say, I am taking responsibility. I am reaching once. I think Margriet writes in this book where she's giving from an empty cup. And how many times do we not give from empty cups? Life is busy. Life is busy, life happens, and we're living in a completely different world. And we feel we have to give and give all the time. But never do we stop, or very rarely do we stop. And we say, my cup is empty. Rarely do we sometimes even recognize that our cups are empty. You know? And this is what the book does, found in the aftermath. It says to you, take a break. Do a temperature check. Check how full, how empty your cup is. And don't be afraid to acknowledge if the cup is empty. Because you deserve that. Because you are special, and you are valuable, and you are loved. So the book is very special in that it's a book, but it's a journal, it's a practical tool. I picked up on something, if you don't mind, look at it.
Not at all.
Maybe this Alice wants to hold it this week. So here's, for me, what this book is going to do. When you sit down and you say to yourself, and you dedicate yourself to yourself and say, you know, I am worthy, because that's what it's about. We forget ourselves with. And the book is going to take you on a journey, but it's going to take you to the starting place where you need to take a moment. And that moment is going to be to reflect on moments in your life that have caused emotional turmoil or pain. And what situations or people have left a lasting impact on you. And it's going to challenge you to dig deep. And the reason it's important to dig deep for you is I cannot tell you what to do. But if you've experienced trauma, if you've experienced betrayal, punishment, a broken relationship, no matter how young or how old we are, we need to go and find the root of that pain. And we need to be brave enough, and we need to honor ourselves and love ourselves enough. And even that is a process. And that is what the book helps you to do, is to discover yourself. So thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to hand back to Margriet.
Thank you, Jeremy. So for me, I just want to thank each and every one of you today for being here. This was a book that I wrote on a personal level, on a personal journey this year as well. But, I've really thought about what I'm going to say, and I just thought I'm going to talk about the fact that I don't agree with Forrest Gump when he says life is like a box of chocolates. That's not true. Life is like a boxing ring where we're sitting here. And life can give us the biggest sucker punches. I think it's the word, Neil, sucker punch. And they go for the liver to get you out, my son boxes. And for me, what I've learned in these moments is it's not about how many times life knocks you down or even gets you off your feet. It's how many times you get back up again. And it's such a beautiful place to celebrate that grit, that resilience in all of you. And the other thing that I want to celebrate today is also, you have to learn to really be on your feet and to start fighting back, So this book for me is my way of saying, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And the last thing, but not the least, is to really make sure who's in your corner in that boxing ring, in that arena called life. Because those people are your coaches, the ones that bring the plasters, that wipes the snot and trana, when you cry. Those are the people in your corner that you need most. When you've got those sucker punches, because life will eat you. You're not special, you don't know, all of us. It's not like I'm saying you're not special, but you know what I mean. We all get sucker punched. We all get sometimes hit in the liver where you're knocked down. And who are the people in your corner? So I just want to really honor all of you today and thank you for being in my corner. I hear you. I hear every positive word. I hear every encouragement. And I also want to thank my team tonight. You get this saying where you say you deserve a medal. So I brought medals for my team tonight. Prince, where are you? Prince, please give this guy the biggest round of applause. This one, I'm telling you, a book, you need the team. You need the team. Prince, please hang it around your neck. Thank you so much. Just for everything and for being in my corner. I appreciate you, and this book wouldn't have been here without you. Then I also want to thank Miss Alice, aka Nicola. She is just amazing, and thank you for just showing up so beautifully for this passion project, and thank you for being in my corner. I also want to, where's Marshall? My website guy, Marshall? Like the people you work with see the good, the bad, and the very ugly. Marshall, you are an absolute champion. Thank you so much for everything and for this wonderful project. Jeremy? Now this guy is so funny. We did a lot of radio work together. Lekker gelach al in studio. It is wonderful having you as our production manager, and just your wonderful heart. But all of your hearts is the most important. Just thank you for who you are. And last but not least, Edgar. Mister, kom jy's wil van iets van.
My niece was waiting for the middle.
He's middle. No,
I don't run, so I never get the middle.
Then last but not least, and I haven't cried once today, but this one. So you get accomplishments in life, you write your books, you do your TEDx talks, but the biggest accomplishment in my life is sitting there. And his name is Neil, and I'm going to cry. Just thank you, my boy, for who you are. You are the most amazing, just human being. I'm so proud to be your mother. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Before I smudge my makeup, I hope you have a wonderful evening. If you want to drink something, it's ladies' night here. And I'm going to be downstairs with the books, and I would love to have photos taken and just meet everyone that's here tonight and say hi. Just enjoy and thank you for being a part of my journey.
So in closing, thank you very much for coming.